It doesn't start with a clever sentence. It starts with silence. A kind of silence that says more than words ever could. She looks at you, waiting for you to fill the space. But you don't. You just exist there. Grounded, calm, unbothered. That's when she starts to feel it. Curiosity. Not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't. The truth is, men who understand women don't try to impress them. They reveal themselves in controlled doses. They don't chase validation. They create gravity. And every word they speak carries weight because it comes from stillness, not insecurity. You see, most men think flirting is about performance, about saying the right thing. But real flirting, the kind that lingers in her mind long after you're gone, is about energy. It's not about manipulation. It's about mastery. The same mastery a Stoic philosopher had over his emotions. A quiet command that makes people lean in, not because you demand attention, but because you embody it. The lines I'm about to give you aren't pickup tricks. They're psychological triggers. Words charged with calm dominance, precision, and truth. When spoken with presence, they bypass logic and reach the primal part of her that craves certainty. Every man watching this has two choices. Keep playing small or learn to flirt like a man who doesn't need the outcome. Because once you master your presence, every word becomes a weapon, not of destruction, but of attraction. Before we dive in, you need to understand one thing. Women don't fall for men because of looks, money, or charm. They fall because of how you make them feel in your presence. That's it. Desire is emotional, not logical. A woman can convince herself you're not her type. She can tell her friends she's not interested. But if your energy disrupts her emotional equilibrium, if your calm makes her heartbeat shift, her mind will start betraying her. The male mistake is thinking attraction happens in her head. It doesn't. It happens in her nervous system. The tone of your voice, the rhythm of your speech, the weight of your eye contact, those are the real lines. Words are just carriers of energy. That's why two men can say the same sentence and one gets ghosted while the other gets remembered. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." The same applies to attraction. Your words are colored by your self-perception. If you think you're not enough, every line will sound like begging. But if you've built yourself into a man of discipline, strength, and control, even a simple, "You look good tonight," becomes an imprint, because it's delivered with self-assured restraint. This is not about learning how to talk to women. It's about learning how to speak from power. And when you do, every word becomes an extension of your inner world. Number one, you have this calm chaos about you. I like it. There's a reason this line works on a level most men will never understand, because it's not a compliment. It's a mirror. When you say to a woman, "You have this calm chaos about you," I like it. You're not flattering her appearance or trying to get a reaction. You're identifying something she feels about herself, but has never heard anyone articulate. And that right there is the secret to unforgettable attraction. Not telling her what she already knows, but naming what she quietly feels. Every woman carries both serenity and fire within her. She spends her life balancing them, appearing composed, mature, and in control, while underneath burns this storm of curiosity, desire, insecurity, rebellion. Society tells her to hide that chaos, to be agreeable, to keep her edges smooth. So when a man comes along who sees both her calm and her storm, and isn't intimidated by either, he becomes different in her mind. He's not just another guy. He's someone who sees beyond the mask. Psychologically, this line is an emotional trigger. It activates something called intimate recognition. It's the moment when someone feels seen without being judged. In neuroscience, that moment releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, because the brain interprets understanding as safety. That's why this line lands so deeply when it's delivered right. It bypasses her surface and speaks directly to her emotional core. But here's where most men mess it up. They say it with the wrong energy. They rush it. They say it to impress, to sound deep. And that ruins everything. This line only works when it's spoken from stillness, not performance. You must mean it. You must see it. The delivery should feel like an observation that slipped out, not a script you rehearsed. Imagine you're talking with her. Maybe she's telling a story, switching from calm composure to animated gestures. You watch her, steady and relaxed. You wait for a pause, then you say quietly, "You have this calm chaos about you." I like it. No smirk, no overacting, just eye contact, a half second longer than normal. That's when it lands, because you didn't try to flirt. You simply noticed. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." That's the essence of masculine energy. Discipline turned inward, awareness turned outward. You're not trying to control her chaos. You're admiring it. You're saying, I see the duality in you, peace and fire, and I'm strong enough to stand in both. And here's the Stoic truth behind it. Calmness is not the absence of chaos. It's the mastery of it. So when you acknowledge her calm chaos, you're reflecting something about yourself, that you've made peace with your own storm. That's what truly makes her feel drawn to you, because women aren't looking for men who tame them. They're looking for men whose stillness makes their chaos safe to reveal. When you speak like that, you don't just flirt, you awaken something ancient. Number 2, I like that you're not trying to impress anyone. You can tell a lot about a woman by how she behaves when no one's watching her. Most men never notice that. They only notice when she's performing, smiling a little too wide, laughing a little too loudly, trying to hold the spotlight for just a second longer than necessary. They mistake that for confidence. But a Stoic man, a man with real awareness, sees through performance the same way he sees through noise, quietly. When you tell a woman, I like that you're not trying to impress anyone, you're doing something she rarely experiences in this world. You're rewarding her authenticity. You're acknowledging the quiet moments when she isn't posturing for attention. And that hits differently because most men only ever compliment what's visible. You're acknowledging what's felt. Psychologically, this line triggers a deep emotional mechanism called selective approval. The human craving for validation from those who don't give it easily. When a man of discernment, a man who doesn't chase, gives recognition, it carries far more weight. She senses you're not just giving compliments to get something, you're observing. That's what separates power from need. But it's not just about the words. It's about what they imply. You're saying, I see that you're comfortable in your own skin. You're not seeking attention. And that's exactly why you have mine. It's a line rooted in stillness, not performance. Because when a woman senses that your attraction comes from awareness, not hunger, it pulls her in subconsciously. You're not impressed by her because of what she shows. You're impressed because of what she doesn't need to show. Marcus Aurelius once said, to need nothing is divine. That's the masculine foundation behind this line. You're rewarding her for embodying the same principle, calm detachment. A woman feels safest and most drawn to a man who mirrors her strength without competing for it. When you speak from that energy, she feels respected, not just desired. Picture the setting. She's laughing naturally, no makeup adjusting, no fake laughter, no pretense. Maybe you're walking together or just sitting in a quiet corner away from the noise. You look at her for a second, calm and deliberate, and say, I like that you're not trying to impress anyone. Then you pause and look away. That pause is everything. It shows control. It shows you mean it. You're not waiting for a reaction. You're simply stating truth. That's what creates gravity. You're not chasing her admiration. You're giving her peace. You're letting her know that her value isn't tied to effort. And in a world where everyone is desperate to be noticed, your composure becomes intoxicating. Here's the mindset shift. Stop rewarding performance. Reward authenticity. Stop chasing what glitters. Notice what's quietly real. Because the rarest thing a woman can feel around a man today isn't excitement. It's relief. Relief that she doesn't have to perform to be seen. And when you give her that, you stop being an option. You become a presence she can't forget. Number 3, I was just wondering how many hearts you've broken this week. There's a certain kind of man who can flirt without trying. He doesn't need rehearsed lines, exaggerated confidence, or fake charm. He just knows how to play with energy, how to walk that razor-thin line between confidence and danger. And this line, I was just wondering how many hearts you've broken this week, is the verbal embodiment of that energy. At first, it sounds playful, teasing, but underneath the humor is something else, a subtle test. Because what you're really saying is, I see the effect you have on people and I'm not intimidated by it. You're acknowledging her beauty, her magnetism, her power, but you're not worshiping it. That's what separates it from flattery. Flattery chases approval. Teasing asserts equality. You're not standing beneath her pedestal. You're standing across from it, looking her in the eye. Psychologically, this line hits because it taps into a woman's need for both recognition and challenge. On a primal level, women are drawn to men who can handle their power. A man who's unaffected by her looks, who can make her blush without losing his composure. That man activates her competitive instinct. She starts wanting to prove she's not just another pretty face. That's when attraction shifts from casual to emotional. Evolutionary psychology calls this social dominance framing. It's the balance of being charming without submission. When you tease a woman from a place of calm, you communicate confidence through play. You're saying, I can enjoy your beauty, but I won't be consumed by it. And that's exactly the kind of man women chase, the one who can see them clearly, but doesn't get lost in the vision. Picture the moment. She's laughing, radiant, maybe surrounded by people. You let her finish speaking, and with a small smirk, you lean in just slightly. Not close enough to invade her space, just close enough for her to feel your calm. Then you say, "I was just wondering how many hearts you've broken this week." You hold her gaze. You don't laugh immediately. You let her process it. Her instinct will be to protest. "Oh, stop, I'm not like that." That's the dance. You've just created tension. Epictetus once said, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." The deeper truth is, humor is the weapon of the grounded man. When you can flirt playfully without losing your stoic composure, you display one of the rarest forms of masculine dominance, lightness. You're in control not because you're serious, but because you're unshaken. Here's the mindset shift. Teasing is not about disarming her, it's about disarming yourself. It's how you show her that you're comfortable enough in your masculinity to play. Because playfulness without neediness is magnetic. So say it with that calm grin, that quiet tone, that air of amusement that says, "I see through you, but I like what I see." That's how you flirt like a man, not by performing, but by commanding the moment with ease. Number 4, you look like trouble, the kind I'd actually risk it for. There's a fine line between charm and danger, and every truly magnetic man knows how to walk it. Most men try to play safe. They flirt in ways that are polite, predictable, harmless. But harmless isn't attractive. Harmless is forgettable. This line, "You look like trouble, the kind I'd actually risk it for," is the antidote to safe. It's the verbal strike of a man who isn't afraid to play with tension. At its core, this line says one thing: I'm not scared of who you are. It's not about bravado or fake confidence. It's about recognition. Because deep down, every woman carries both light and shadow. She has desires she hides, chaos she controls, instincts she suppresses. And when a man looks at her and acknowledges that edge without flinching, it electrifies her. She feels seen, not judged, desired but respected. That's where the chemistry begins. Psychologically, this line works because it triggers her dual arousal system. The push and pull between comfort and excitement. You're hinting that you see her danger. You're grounded enough to handle it. That balance of curiosity and control is what women associate with masculine mastery. She senses that you're not here to tame her, but you're also not afraid to engage her. Picture the setting. She's dressed sharp, eyes alive with confidence, voice dripping with intelligence and charm. Most men would hesitate, afraid of saying the wrong thing, of sounding too forward. You don't. You observe her quietly, a slight smile in the corner of your mouth, and then you say it. Slow, deliberate, with a tone that lands heavy. "You look like trouble, the kind I'd actually risk it for." Then silence. You let the words breathe. That pause, that moment of stillness makes it powerful, because the silence says what the words don't. You're calm in the face of danger. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way." This line embodies that principle. You're acknowledging that attraction is risk, that connection can burn, and you're still willing to step forward. That's Stoicism in motion. Not avoiding discomfort, but embracing it with composure. Women don't want perfection. They want presence. They don't need you to be fearless. They need to feel your fearlessness. When you speak this line from a place of calm confidence, not arrogance, it stops being a pickup line and becomes a statement of character. Here's the mindset shift. Attraction lives in the space between safety and danger. Be too safe and you're invisible. Be too dangerous and you're unstable. But when you can hold both energies, when your steadiness meets her fire, that's when desire ignites. So next time you meet that woman who radiates chaos wrapped in elegance, don't pull away. Look her straight in the eyes and let the line slip out with a quiet grin. "You look like trouble, the kind I'd actually risk it for." You're not declaring desire, you're declaring readiness. Number 5, you seem like someone who's hard to figure out. There's a moment, subtle, quiet, when you realize the most attractive thing about a woman isn't her beauty, but her mystery. It's not what she shows you that pulls you in, it's what she doesn't. Her pauses, her contradictions, the way she says one thing and her eyes reveal another. This line, "You seem like someone who's hard to figure out," touches that exact nerve. It tells her you've noticed something deeper, that you're reading between the lines, and that makes you unforgettable. Most men destroy attraction by trying to understand a woman too quickly. They interrogate instead of observe. They rush to define what she is, what she wants, how she feels. as if labeling her will make her more predictable. But what women crave is curiosity without control. They want to feel like you're drawn to their complexity, not threatened by it. When you say this line, you're communicating exactly that. I'm intrigued by your layers, but I'm not in a hurry to peel them. Psychologically, this taps into something called projected introspection, when someone feels seen in the way they secretly see themselves. Most women know they're complex. They know they're not simple or easy to decode, but they rarely meet a man who appreciates that instead of getting frustrated by it. This line validates her depth while maintaining your detachment. It says, you're interesting, but I'm still centered in myself. Picture the moment. You're sitting with her, maybe during a conversation that drifts from playful to personal. She says something that doesn't quite match her earlier tone. Maybe she laughs about something sad or gets quiet after joking. You notice. You wait for a breath, then you say it softly. You seem like someone who's hard to figure out. Don't smile too wide. Don't make it sound like flattery. Make it sound like a simple observation, one that came naturally. Then stay silent. Let her fill the pause. That's where the connection deepens. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This line plays on that truth. You're showing her that you don't need to solve her. You can just be present with her paradox. That's masculine maturity, because only an insecure man demands to know everything about a woman right away. A grounded man lets her unfold on her own time. Here's the mindset shift. Don't rush to decode. Learn to observe. Don't chase clarity. Enjoy mystery. Because when you slow down enough to really notice her contradictions, you communicate something rare in this world: patience. And patience, in the language of attraction, reads as power. When you say, "You seem like someone who's hard to figure out," you're not announcing interest. You're declaring awareness. You're telling her, "I'm paying attention, but I'm not possessed." That's the kind of composure that makes her lean in, wondering what else you've seen that she's tried to hide. Number 6, you remind me of someone I should have met sooner. There's something powerful about this line, not because of what it says, but because of what it implies. It's not just flirtation. It's emotional recognition disguised as nostalgia. When you say, "You remind me of someone I should have met sooner," you're telling her, there's something about your presence that feels inevitable. And that hits different. It bypasses her logic and lands somewhere deeper, in memory, in feeling, in the part of her that wonders if certain connections were written before they ever happened. This line isn't about seduction through exaggeration. It's about weight. The weight of timing, of paths that almost crossed, of people we meet too late or wish we'd met when we were different. Every human understands that ache, the ache of almost. When you deliver this line from a place of calm honesty, you're not feeding her ego, you're touching her humanity. Psychologically, it taps into what researchers call emotional familiarity. It's the strange comfort we feel when someone new seems known. It's not about physical attraction, it's about resonance. Her nervous system relaxes, her guard lowers, and she starts associating your presence with something safe yet intriguing. She doesn't understand why, but she feels connected. Now picture the moment. You're in the middle of a conversation that's gone deeper than expected. She's opening up, not in a dramatic way, but with small confessions that reveal who she really is. Maybe she laughs and says, "I don't know why I'm telling you this." That's your cue. You look at her for just a second longer than usual and say, "You remind me of someone I should have met sooner." Then you let silence do its work. You don't force it, you don't elaborate. The mystery of the sentence keeps her mind circling it, because she'll wonder, who is that someone? What does he mean? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Accept whatever comes woven in the pattern of your destiny." This line echoes that truth. You're not lamenting missed time, you're acknowledging the beauty of the present. You're saying, maybe it's late, but it's right. That subtle sense of fate gives your presence emotional gravity. It's not cheap romance, it's a reminder that timing doesn't diminish meaning. Here's the mindset shift. Stop using flirtation to prove value. Use it to reveal awareness. You're not trying to impress her, you're showing her you notice emotional texture. You see the threads of connection most people overlook. That's what creates depth. So when you say this line, say it softly, with stillness. Don't make it sound rehearsed. Make it sound like realization. Because when a woman feels that you're genuinely moved, not by her looks, but by her energy, she remembers you in a way no performance ever could. Some lines make her smile. This one makes her feel time itself slow down. Number 7, you've got this dangerous calm about you. Most men don't know how to recognize power when it's quiet. They chase the loud, the obvious. the kind of woman who commands attention with her energy. But the real danger often comes wrapped in silence. It's in the woman who doesn't have to announce herself, who doesn't fight for attention because she knows she can have it any time she wants. That's the kind of woman this line belongs to. When you say, "You've got this dangerous calm about you," you're not complimenting her beauty, you're naming her presence. And that, for a woman, is intoxicating. You see, calmness, when it's real, is one of the most unsettling forces in human interaction. People don't know how to react to it. Most are addicted to noise, chaos, and movement. When someone sits in silence, unbothered, grounded, composed, it unsettles the room. And when you identify that kind of calm in her, you're showing her that you're not afraid of it. You understand it because you share it. That's what makes it dangerous, not the calm itself, but the recognition between two people who can meet in stillness without needing to fill the space. Psychologically, this line activates what's known as mirrored authority. It tells her that you're not threatened by her power. You respect it. Most men misinterpret female strength as something to conquer or avoid. But a stoic man, a disciplined man, sees it as a mirror. He sees a woman's self-possession and knows that only a man with the same centeredness can match her. That's why this line lands. It subtly says, "You're strong, but so am I." Imagine the scene. You're with her, maybe in a dimly lit place, conversation slowing between topics. She's calm, her voice soft, her eyes steady. You sense that she doesn't say more than necessary, and neither do you. You let the silence breathe, then, with a slow exhale, you say, "You've got this dangerous calm about you." Don't rush it, don't smile right away, just observe. She'll tilt her head, maybe smirk, maybe ask, "Dangerous how?" That's when you smile, not with words, but with your eyes. You don't explain, you let the mystery stay. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Self-control is strength, calmness is mastery." This line embodies that principle. It acknowledges that calmness isn't weakness. It's potential energy. It's the quiet before a storm. When you recognize that in her, she feels not only understood, but met. Here's the mindset shift. Calmness doesn't mean disinterest. It means control. Learn to hold your center in the presence of beauty, intensity, chaos. Don't flinch, don't overcompensate. Just be still. Because when a woman feels that your silence has gravity, not absence, it pulls her in. Say it when the moment it feels still. Say it when her voice drops, when her guard lowers. Say it when your calm collides with hers. That's when attraction transcends words. Because the most dangerous thing a man can ever make a woman feel is peace she can't explain. Number 8, you don't look like the kind of woman who settles easily. There's a moment, subtle but powerful, when a man looks at a woman and acknowledges not just her beauty, but her standards. That's what this line does. When you say, "You don't look like the kind of woman who settles easily," you're not flattering her appearance. You're recognizing her discernment. You're telling her that you see her strength, her boundaries, her quiet self-respect, and you admire it, not fear it. You see, most men either overpraise women or compete with them. They either pedestalize her, showering her with hollow compliments, or they downplay her to protect their own ego. But a grounded man doesn't do either. He looks at her and acknowledges her value without losing his own. That balance, admiration without submission, is what makes this line magnetic. Psychologically, this phrase works because it activates what's called selective validation. You're not giving generic praise that any man could offer. You're validating something she's earned, her integrity, her standards, her self-worth. And women instinctively respond to that because it shows depth of perception. You're saying, "I see what you protect, and I respect it." Now picture the moment. Maybe she's talking about her career, her past relationships, or her dreams. She says something that reveals she doesn't just take what's offered. She waits for what feels right. Most men would respond with agreement or flattery. You don't. You wait for a quiet second, then say, with a calm, grounded tone, "You don't look like the kind of woman who settles easily." You let it linger. You're not testing her. You're honoring her. And that distinction changes everything. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." This line is your embodiment of that wisdom. You're not lecturing her about value. You're demonstrating it through presence. Because when a woman feels that your compliment comes from strength, not need, it earns her respect instantly. Here's what most men don't understand. High-value women aren't repelled by masculine energy. They're repelled by weak admiration. When you praise her strength but stay grounded in your own, she feels safe. She feels seen. She feels chemistry, not chaos. Here's the mindset shift. Admiration isn't submission. To recognize another's worth doesn't diminish your own. It amplifies it, because only a secure man can give genuine respect. In a world full of men who try to impress, be the one who notices. So when you say this line, don't over-deliver it. No grin, no rush, no tone of seduction, just truth, spoken slowly with quiet conviction. Because what she'll hear isn't just your words. She'll hear your composure, and that's what will echo in her mind later. Every woman wants to feel desired, but the rare woman, the one worth your time, wants to feel understood. And when she realizes you see her strength and you're still not intimidated by it, that's when she starts to see you. Number 9, your trouble disguised as peace. Every now and then you meet someone who feels like calm water until you realize there's a riptide underneath. Her smile is soft, her voice steady, her movements composed. But behind those eyes, you can sense something untamed. That's when this line belongs. When you say, your trouble disguised as peace, you're naming the paradox that defines feminine energy. Serenity on the surface, fire underneath. And when you say it right, it's not a line, it's an observation. Most men don't understand that attraction isn't about chasing calm. It's about learning to dance with chaos. A stoic man doesn't need a predictable woman. He needs one who tests his stillness. And this line is your way of saying, I see the storm you're hiding, and I'm not afraid of it. Psychologically, this phrase activates dual attraction tension. It blends comfort and danger, which are the two forces that fuel desire. Women are drawn to men who can hold both energies, who can recognize their intensity and remain composed. Because when you call her trouble disguised as peace, you're doing something deeper than teasing. You're telling her that you see her contrast, her light and her dark, and you're intrigued by both. Picture the scene. Maybe you're sitting across from her in a quiet bar. The lighting's low, there's music in the background, and she's speaking softly, calm, collected. But you catch that glint in her eye, that spark of rebellion, that flicker that says she's not as innocent as she looks. You let a small smirk form, lean slightly closer, and say it. Slow, measured. Your trouble disguised as peace. Then you pause. You let her heartbeat catch up. She'll smile, maybe look down, maybe challenge you. What makes you say that? Don't explain. Just let that knowing silence sit between you. It says everything. Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In this context, what you're really saying is, I see your color, even the shades you hide. That's what makes it magnetic, because most women spend their lives controlling their image, keeping their chaos quiet. When a man comes along who sees it, but doesn't try to fix or fear it, she feels seen in a way that feels almost dangerous. Here's the mindset shift. Real attraction doesn't happen when you promise peace. It happens when you can contain chaos, when your energy is calm enough to handle her intensity without losing your own grounding. That's masculine mastery. So when you use this line, use it with stillness, with a gaze that says, I know who you are, and I like it. You're not labeling her. You're giving her permission to exist fully. And that's the deepest form of flirtation there is, because in that moment, you're not just speaking to her ego, you're speaking to her essence. Number 10, you're surprisingly easy to talk to. It's the simplest line in the entire list. And yet, when spoken from the right energy, it carries more power than any clever remark. You're surprisingly easy to talk to. It sounds innocent, soft, effortless. But beneath its surface lies something profoundly human. The recognition of comfort, of ease, of flow. Because in a world addicted to performance and pretense, connection that feels natural has become rare. Most men think attraction is about escalation, building intensity, teasing harder, getting bolder. But true magnetism doesn't always live in tension. Sometimes it lives in peace, in the kind of silence that doesn't feel awkward, in conversations that breathe instead of rush. This line works because it captures that energy. It tells her, you make this easy. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not trying to win. I'm just here, present. And that, ironically, is what draws her closer. Psychologically, this line triggers what's known as emotional safety signaling. When a woman feels at ease around you, her body produces oxytocin, the same chemical that bonds lovers, friends, even parents to children. It's the chemistry of trust. When you say this line with calm sincerity, it tells her subconscious that you're not a threat, not a performer, not a man pretending to be someone else. You're grounded, you're safe, and yet, because of your tone, your stillness, you're still dangerous. That paradox creates an emotional imprint that lingers. Picture it, you're mid-conversation, maybe sitting outside after dark, maybe walking together, maybe laughing about something random. There's that moment when the world goes quiet. No distractions, no phone, just presence. You glance at her, exhale softly and say, "You're surprisingly easy to talk to." No grin, no wink, just truth. She'll smile, not because of the words, but because of what they represent. You've just acknowledged the invisible connection between you, and that acknowledgement makes her feel safe enough to open further. Epictetus once said, "Nothing strengthens the spirit like a calm mind." This line embodies that principle in the realm of connection. You're not rushing, you're not strategizing, you're being. That's the highest level of masculine energy. Composure without control. You're not trying to lead her feelings. You're simply reflecting them back with honesty. Here's the mindset shift. Don't underestimate simplicity. Power doesn't always come from intensity. Sometimes it comes from ease. Most men are chaos looking for validation. Be peace that radiates curiosity. Let your stillness speak louder than your charm, because when a woman feels comfortable in your presence, she won't just want to talk to you. She'll crave to stay near you. So when you say, "You're surprisingly easy to talk to," don't rush it. Let it float in the air like a confession you didn't mean to say out loud. Because in that softness lies your strength. You're not chasing excitement, you're creating calm. And that calm, in a world of noise, is irresistible. If you made it this far, you're not the average man scrolling for quick tricks. You're here because something inside you resonates with what you just heard. You're not looking for pickup lines, you're looking for power. And not the kind that shouts or brags or forces attention. The kind that's quiet, grounded, unshakable. The kind that makes people feel something when you walk into a room before you've even said a word. That's presence. That's the essence of masculine gravity. And that's what every great man, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca to Epictetus, spent his life mastering. Every word you speak, every silence you hold, every gesture you make. It all comes down to one thing: your relationship with yourself. You can't fake composure. You can't imitate peace. You either embody it or you don't. The lines you've learned in this video are tools, but the real weapon is your state of being. When you master that, when you can flirt without need, love without fear, and walk away without resentment, you become the rarest kind of man alive. So let this be the moment you stop memorizing words and start mastering your presence. Every interaction from here on isn't about getting something. It's about expressing who you've become. Because when your calm becomes your message, attraction stops being effort and starts being a side effect. If this spoke to you, I want you to type one thing in the comments. Not for me, but for yourself. I speak with presence. That sentence is more than a phrase. It's a commitment. A declaration that from this moment forward, you'll stop chasing attention and start commanding it by how you carry yourself. Subscribe if you're ready to walk this path. The path of the Stoic man. A man who knows that his silence can shake walls, that his restraint can provoke desire, and that his calm can rewrite the energy of any room he enters. Because the truth is, women remember the man who made them feel seen, not the man who tried to be impressive. They remember the quiet confidence, the grounded tone, the stillness that said, "I know who I am." And if you can live from that place, with discipline, with presence, with purpose, you'll never need to chase another person again. Because the world will start chasing you.